All right, welcome everyone. This is our Super Saturday recap. It's Tuesday, January 13th. Super Saturday just took place on the 10th, and hopefully you were all able to listen in or go to a watch party, or even some of our team members were able to be there live, which is so fun. However, you attended Super Saturday. I hope that it was inspiring for you and motivating. I would like to hear in the chat what were one or two of your favorite takeaways. Like, was it Dr. Shaw's presentation, which I have a feeling that'll be a lot of people's favorites, the Creatine Plus launch, the Power of Three presentation. Did that like really speak to you? What were your favorite takeaways? Would love to hear. Share in the chat. Um, so, and did you know the replay? So I thought we were waiting on a replay. Did you know the replay was like up right after on the same link that you used to watch Super Saturday? You can watch the replay. And that's only available until January 26th. So we can listen to it as many times over as we want before then. But make sure you listen to it at least once all the way through attentively because there's so much goodness in there. Okay. Um, yes, it is in your email. If you registered for Super Saturday, you should have an email with a link to watch. Okay. So hopefully make that a priority. Don't just like try to get to it. Make sure you get to it. It's that good. Okay. Um, Megan loved Dr. Shaw. I know you were looking forward to his even before the call, so I expected that you would love that. Amber messed up the time zone, so you missed half of it, but excited about the developing leaders. Yes, lots of extra incentive to be developing, and that's one thing that we're going to hone in on right now. And so we'll be talking about that a little bit. So what we're going to cover tonight, we actually have an amazing testimony, and I'm excited for you to hear from Teresa. Yep, she's here. I see you, Teresa. She has such an incredible story. So we're going to kick it off with hitting you in the heart with a really powerful Plexus testimony. And then I would like to have Stacey Orr is going to be um, sharing a really incredible highlight about Creatine Plus. It's funny because both Megan and I separately were like, who should we have? We didn't even talk to each other. We're like, who should present Creatine Plus? And I was like, oh, Stacey Orr for sure. And Megan did the same thing. We didn't even communicate that, but we both asked Stacey. So we're excited to hear your excitement for Creatine Plus and what you have to share about it, why we should be so excited about it. And then I've asked Stacey Porritt if she'll just kind of recap the Power of Three presentation that Sheila Medina did. You guys, that is the foundation of a strong business. That is really, really the key. And it's so simple. And so we want to hone in on that and start like really focusing on that as a team. So Stacey will be talking about that a little bit. There's really so much we're trying to fit in here and still end on time. But I also want to make sure that everyone knows that if you had a subscription that ran over 100 in December, or I'm sorry, in November and December, you have $40 in product credit in your account unless you've already used some of it. So you got $10 for your November subscription, $10 for December subscription. And if you had both, they doubled it on January 9th. So there's a $40 credit sitting in your account, but it can only be used on a one-time order. So just keep that in mind because there's probably a lot of customers in your base that aren't aware of that. So we want to fully take advantage of providing excellent customer service and letting them know that they will want to take advantage of that this month. I believe they expire end of February. Correct me if I'm wrong, if anyone knows, but I believe they expire end of February and one-time order only that can't be applied to a subscription. Okay. So it's great because, we have a new product that just launched. There's a lot of people that their subscriptions have already run. So why not use that? I actually had it on 3 accounts. And you better believe, even though our subscriptions had run, I went and I took advantage of that $40 3 times. I was like, heck yeah, I'm not missing out on that. Um, we also, I just want to make sure you're aware as well. If you did register for Super Saturday and everyone on your team that registered for Super Saturday and any new VIP that signed up in November or December with 100 PV in your whole organization, they all have three $10 discount codes to hand out to friends and family. And so we have some opportunities here to really reach out and create some excitement and get some people sharing, and also taking advantage of an extra, one-time order at some great savings. So just wanted to make sure you're all aware of that. We'll go over some ideas in just a minute if we have time. And let's jump right into Teresa. We want to hear from you first, and then we'll follow it up with Stacy or Creatine Plus, okay? Thank you, Teresa.
Okay, hi everyone. I feel like I know all of you. I often watch the replay of this team meeting. I'm a teacher and I tutor after school, and so I'm not always home in time. In fact, now you can see I'm in the car on the way home and pulled over in an empty parking lot. But I feel like I know all of you, and I just want to take this opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Teresa Wilson. I'm a mom, a wife, a grandma of two beautiful granddaughters, and I would like to share my Plexus story with you. I'm going to take you back about 18 years. My youngest son, I have 4 children, and my youngest son was about a year old. He's just getting ready to fly the nest here in a couple weeks, so that's how I know it was exactly 18 years ago. But I had just finished nursing him and was trying to get, my body and my life and everything back in order. And I started getting these terrible belly aches. It first started, it was after I would eat like a big meal, pizza, spaghetti, the heavier foods. But I would get intense belly pain, and it was like labor, but it was my stomach, and it would just get tighter, 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 and it would just hurt so bad. And I thought, gosh, I have got to do something. I don't know what's wrong with me. I guess I need to get in shape. So my other 3 kids played soccer. So I would put the baby in the stroller. And while they were at practice, I thought I'm going to go out and start walking and get myself back in shape. Well, I started my first night out. I did not make it any farther than about 100 yards. And I could not catch my breath. I just I had to literally lean over and put my hands on my knees, and that's when I knew something was really wrong. So I started going to the doctors, and they started running all these tests, trying to find out. And of course, everything was coming back normal. The only thing that came back abnormal was my iron. And it was so low. I had gone into the ER because of the pain, and my iron was so low, they thought I was having a heart attack. And they actually took me right back and gave me a blood transfusion on the spot, kept me in the hospital for a couple of days. And then, of course, I had to go to the cancer center to get iron infusions every couple of months. What they would find is they would tank me up, and then just gradually it would just go right back down. In 2 or 3 months, I would be depleted again. So in the midst of all that, they're still trying to find the cause of this belly pain. I had my gallbladder out, made absolutely no difference. They did a hysterectomy. Again, nothing changed. In fact, these belly aches were getting worse. About that time, I saw my friend Heidi posting online about this pink drink that was supposed to fix all my problems. And I thought, you know what? I have tried everything else. What have I got to lose? What if this really could work for me? And that's kind of the attitude I went in with, and I tried it. And I wish I could tell you that it worked overnight. It wasn't, overnight, but right away I did notice a difference. I felt much more energetic, and my digestion was a little bit better. The belly aches, I was having them pretty much every day by that point, and they started going every 2 or 3 days and then once a week. It kind of just reversed exactly the way it came on. It reversed and went away. The most miraculous thing, though, was my iron. It climbed up, and then it just kept climbing, and it just kept climbing. At this point, I don't even have to take an iron supplement. I obviously, you all know that the gut health system fixed my gut, my leaky gut, and my iron is no longer an issue. I do still occasionally have belly aches. We're still kind of working on that. I've been on Plexus now for almost 7 years, and my energy and my life, I just really feel like it has given me my life back. So thank you to my friend Heidi, and I just can't say enough good things about Plexus. I love it.
Oh, that's so beautiful, Teresa. Can I just ask a question real quick, just because I know we'll get people
Absolutely.
asking. Were you taking X Factor or X Factor Plus along
Yeah,
with the triplex?
yes,
Okay,
yes.
I
X
was
Factor Plus.
perfect. All right, and if you're not aware, for people that are anemic or struggle with iron, then a lot of times that's enough right there. And of course, now we have the Iron Woman, but a lot of times it's just, getting your body to absorb those nutrients, and that can really reverse that. That's so incredible, Teresa. Do
Can
you take
I
Iron
say one
Women
more
now?
thing?
Oh,
I
yeah.
always forget this part, but over the course of that 7 years, I've actually lost 70 pounds.
Oh,
So
hello.
that
Forgot to
that
say
is the
that.
other thing that is just remarkable. And I always forget to say that. I'm most excited about the fact that I don't have the belly aches and I don't have to go get the iron. But the weight loss, it just has gradually come off. And I've been down that much for about the last 4 years now, and it just
Wow.
am maintaining. So I love that too.
70 pounds, no big deal. You just forgot about it. Just good riddance, huh? That's amazing.
Yep.
Wow. Teresa, your story is so powerful. The world needs to know your story. That's so
Yep.
beautiful.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Stacy, let's learn about Creatine Plus.
Absolutely. I'm so excited. I have been waiting for Plexus to come out with creatine because I have been taking creatine from another company for over a year now. And I love the benefits of creatine. And I was skeptical all the years prior to that for so many reasons that so many people are skeptical about creatine because it is one of the most studied ingredients in sports science. So immediately you think, oh, you got to work out at the gym. You've got to be weight training. It's for bodybuilders. It's for people who are really getting jacked. And yes, it is supporting them, but it also has so many other benefits. And now I'm even more excited because Plexus now created Creatine Plus and added that extra amino acid, leucine, and the vitamin D3. And so it's such a comprehensive, like all the other products Plexus has, go big or go home. It's such a comprehensive supplement that all people can benefit from. I mean, starting in my teenagers take creatine, um, all the way up through old adulthood. Um, so to break it down a little bit, creatine really supports muscle metabolism and energy. And it just like we have that gut brain connection, we also have a muscle brain connection. And so this is where creatine comes into play. It supports muscle performance, it supports muscle maintenance and recovery. And so again, people automatically think, oh, well, that's great for people at the gym. But think about us folks up here in the snow out shoveling, and then the next day your back is killing you, right? or out in the, springtime, fall time, doing yard work and your body aches for days after that. This is something that is going to support you no matter what kind of activity you are doing. Whether, you're going hiking or biking or doing yoga, anything that is strenuous on the body and using those muscles, it's going to be supportive for. Um, when when combined with strength training, it can really enhance the natural effects. So here's an example. I got out some fruit and vegetables. So this is what your muscle looks like. Kind of looks like dehydrated. This is a pepper, not on creatine. This is what it looks like on creatine. It's just fuller because the creatine draws water into the muscle to make it more full so that you can get more out of it, which in turn, we know when we build muscle, we burn more calories. So it's great for your metabolism. It's also great for aiding in blood sugar regulation, which is something a lot of people don't know about creatine. So there's this hormonal and metabolic support piece to it, as well as now that the vitamin D is in there, the immune system support is awesome as well. Um, Usually folks see a difference within the first 2 weeks, and we have a great graphic for this, but within the first 2 weeks, you can see that improved hydration in the muscles. So you go from this to this, right? So you start having a more maybe toned look. You're not going to get bulky from creatine. That's not going to happen. You're just going to feel more energized, more hydrated. Your mental clarity is going to improve big time. Usually after about a whole month, 4 weeks, you'll start to see a lot better mental clarity, mental stamina, endurance, and improved mind-body connection comes probably around 8 weeks time. It's really important that you be consistent with this. It's not something you're going to take, every other day. For the full effects, you want to take it every single day. Timing doesn't necessarily matter. I know people who take it in the morning in their coffee because it's flavorless. It's you take one scoop, put it in any liquid. People put it in their smoothies. Some people put it in their yogurt. You can really put it in anything that you can mix up. I particularly, I'm still working on my active. I throw it in my active when I'm headed to the gym. But time of day doesn't matter so much as that it is getting in your system. Oh, and one more thing I don't know a whole lot about, but apparently I saw something on the fact that it really supports folks with the MTHFR mutation.
Oh, good to
Yes.
know.
Yes, I saw that online the other day and was fascinated. Apparently, it helps them reallocate those methyl groups so that their body can detoxify estrogen and environmental toxins. It makes neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin improve. It repairs their DNA. So it's really amazing for folks with that gene mutation as well.
That's incredible. Can I add just a few things too?
Please.
So creatine is also a supplement that me and my family have been taking forever and already been benefiting from. And so when I found out that Plexus was going to be making creatine, you can get, and honestly, you can get good creatine from a lot of different places because it's such a simple, natural product that as long as it's like sourced ethically, then it's available all over the place. But when I found out Plexus was going to be making creatine, I was like, I know they're going to find a way to make it even better because that's what Plexus does. They never just take and copy something. They always take something and say, how can we take this and make it even better? So there's one thing. Also, I just want to highlight the benefits of creatine specifically for cognitive health, for your brain. That's huge. Not only is creatine pulling water into your muscles, it's pulling water into like your brains and your organs, and that is giving you a lot of additional health benefits as well. And so they've proven with studies that this is really helpful for people that are aging, even people that don't work out. It's so important that you are taking creatine as you're aging, especially women. Women need creatine so much in their life. There are so many benefits for women, especially in the perimenopause and menopause phase, for your mind, for your body overall. It's so, so beneficial. I want to emphasize that there's a good chance you will gain some weight. You will see the scale moving upwards when you start taking creatine. Why? Because it's pulling more water into your muscles. It's making your muscles like I love that visual because it's so powerful. If you think about that, even though the number on the scale may go up a bit, what you need to understand is your body is functioning in a much healthier way, that overall you're going to be burning more calories, you're going to be losing more fat, your body's going to be a lot more productive. So I love that Dr. Shaw on the Super Saturday, he mentioned, you guys, scale, throw it out. If you're going to use a scale and track your weight, you must use a scale that actually like tracks your body fat mass, your muscle mass, your bone mass, your hydration, because that's the only way you get the actual real story. We have got to train people to stop worrying about the number on the scale and start looking at how much muscle mass do I have? How much fat mass do I have? How hydrated are my cells? This is what matters. It's not the number on the scale. So I just have to put that out there because I don't want anyone freaking out if they start taking the creatine and the number on the scale starts going up a little bit. Okay. There's one more thing. My son, my youngest, like I said, the boys have been taking creatine even longer than I have. I finally got on board with researching it myself, but my son Breck, he just swears that it makes him super thirsty. So that may also be something that you notice, is you may feel like you need more water. So just a couple things I thought of to add, but that was so helpful, Stacey. I love that information. I'll be re-listening. Okay, so yeah, if you have any questions, put them in the chat and we'll get to them if we have time. But I know we've got to move on because we've got some other great stuff. So let's hand it over to Stacey Porritt, and she's going to be highlighting the power of 3 for us.
Hi everyone. Actually, I'm going to show you a quick video, and then we'll talk about it. So let me share. I think I can share. Oh, I can. Share sound also. They moved that. Okay, can you see it?
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Hi everyone, I'm Autumn Swanhart. I'm an Emerald Ambassador. I just got back from Super Saturday and I'm so excited. I wanted to come talk to you guys about the power of 3. Just like Sheila mentioned, you can build a legacy business with just the power of 3. And you do this by sharing with 3 people and then helping those 3 people share with 3 people. Every new person you onboard this month can go silver, which is so exciting. And this month you get 3 codes. All new VIPs get 3 codes to help their family and friends get started, and those will be sent the next business day, which is awesome. We're just setting them up for success. And then we have this great slide right here. For every silver that you get, you personally will get $100 for every silver. This month, it's doubled. So you would get $300 if you got 3 new silvers. This month, you would get $600 for 3 new silvers. And then if you look down, your level 2, if they all got 3, that's $675. And then level 3 down there, that's $1,350. The possibilities this month are just unlimited. So as you're onboarding, make sure you're talking to every single person about this. We don't want to be blessing blockers. We want to make sure we're bringing it up to every single person. And if you're wondering how to jumpstart your business this month, how to get things moving, this is your answer right here. You're going to add 3 and you're going to help them add 3. So I have a challenge for you guys today. I want you to think of 3 people that you can reach out to right now that maybe you see on an everyday basis. It could be your hairdresser, it could be your dog groomer, your real estate agent. I want you to write those names down and I want you to reach out. I want you to talk to them about all of the possibilities and the different things that are going on this month that aren't going to be happening next month. We have to jump on it today. And I want you to reach out until you get 3 people who say, yes, okay, let's do it. And guys, I'm going to stress this month, because we have all of these amazing things. Let's create those legacy businesses just like Sheila. I hope everybody has a...
Okay, so you guys, I had no idea. I mean, I knew they had talked about the extra incentives that we would get, but I don't know if you're like me. I had zero idea about how much was on the table. So hopefully that helped to really see that. But let's take a look at it quickly. So that's you at the top, right? And you have added 3 level 1s this month. And so when we think about the points that we're getting for our level 1s, we get 6 points per level 1. And so our level 1 points, as you see up there in the top corner, would be 18 points. If we just keep doing that, which I'm going to be real transparent with you, that's what I did for a really long time. I just kept grabbing level 1s, level 1s, level 1s, level 1s. That's a really slow way to build a business. And I think that this graphic really helps us to understand that. So when we look at, if we help our level 1s to each go and get 3 people. Now there are level 2s, right? Those are each worth 5 points each. And as you see, that can add up so much quicker than just having level 1s join you. And even more than that is if we help those level 2s each get 3 people and go silver. Again, level 3s would be worth 5 points each for us. And you can see at the top corner there about how quickly that adds up. I want to share this next one with you, and this kind of goes over what she was just talking about. This month, the development bonus. If you have level 1s that go silver, you're getting $100 for each one of those level 1s. It's crazy if we're not trying to do this, right? You're all on here because you are wanting to build a business. If this is not inspiring you to do all those things, to share with people, to get them to share, then I'm not sure that there's really going to be anything that's going to, right? So we are getting $100 per level 1 that we help go silver. And this month, they are going to match that. So that 300 for having 3 people go silver is now 600. Okay, that's crazy. If you look then, each level 2, $75 if they go silver. And level 3s, $50 if they go silver. So the development bonus that is out there for you to grab this month is crazy. And I'm going to stop sharing this so I can see everybody. I'm telling you, take it from me. I did this the hard way. The really, really hard, like it was hard. But I'm like, I'm so great. I'm a master recruiter. I can grab level 1s all the time. That grew my business only so far. I needed to work on the duplication part and helping those people that were joining me to do the same thing. And when you get that figured out, So figure it out this month. It's a great month to figure it out, right? When you get that figured out, that is how your business grows exponentially. So questions about that? Um, So Whitney shared a message. I also want to share something. Can I share this really quickly? Because it worked really well.
Yeah.
So Gigi, I don't think is on here, but I'm going to give her credit for a message that she had shared with me, that she put together to send out to people who she helped register. A lot of us were helping people register for Super Saturday. I think I had close to 20 people register for Super Saturday or that I helped register. A lot of those people have never shared before, but they've been happy customers. And I had a meeting with Reed Fletcher yesterday. He is my RSM, Regional Sales Manager. And so we were kind of talking about what's my next step. And I said to him, well, I have this great message. And so let me read it to you and tell me what you think, because I want to send this out today. Like, that's my next step, sharing these codes. These codes, you guys, are the perfect in to easily message people and help them go silver. So many people right now have three $10 off codes that they can offer friends and family. If they signed up for Super Saturday, if they joined us in December or January, people who joined in December also got three codes. People who are joining in January are getting three codes. If they attended Super Saturday and they joined in December or January, I think I'm checking my theory, but I think they should have six codes. That's crazy. So think about it that way, right? It's a great way to message people. But when I was reading the message that Gigi had shared, he had such a great point. He said, that's a good message. It's a really good message. But I always like to break up messages when I send them to people, especially to new people that and it was such a good idea because it was like, hey, just checking in to see if you've had a chance to watch any or all of Super Saturday. And then it went on to talk about, did you see about the Creatine Plus? Are you so excited about it? And then it went on to talk about the codes that they have. A lot of people are going to tune that out because it's a lot of information. We're throwing a lot of questions at them. And so, again, great message. But I just today sent the first part to everybody who I registered. I'm in four really good conversations with people. One, we've gotten all the way to, did you find your codes yet? Actually, two people I have. One, Bonnie, I'll tell you more about this because it's your girl, has already sent a message out to six people, six friends. We've continued on that message to where she's now sent the video and her friend is watching the video. So it's just step by step by step, you guys. And so once they responded and said, "Oh gosh, I haven't watched it yet," or "I have," then I kind of sent the next question and the next thing that I wanted from that message. And that has worked really, really well. So I wanted to share that.
Love that. Do you mind? Do you have a way to share that message with us and we could break it up as well? I love how I agree 100%. If you send them like a whole entire long 3 paragraphs, then they're not going to read it. But yeah, so I love the breaking it up and just turning it into a conversation. And it works the same way with developing silvers, you guys. Like it really does. And Stacey and I were just having this conversation. Um, there's a really great Silver in Six training that's, been out there for a couple years and it's very valuable. Like it is really, really good training to
And
help
Whitney,
people go
I'm just so
silver.
people know, I'm sharing it right now in Leadership Lounge. So it is being shared every day. We're on day 2 today.
Yeah. Do you want to tell, I mean, should everyone here know about Leadership Lounge? I think we may have some that might
I
want to know
don't,
what it is. I don't know.
it, it's just something we've been doing, you guys, for a few months now. And we had gone into a community and that was icky and yucky and there wasn't a whole lot of momentum and people even being able to find it. So we brought it back out to a thread. But if you are in a momentum time period or you want to get into one and you are wanting to build your business, we would love to have you join us. You can message whoever is your sponsor and they can add you in there. And if they're not in there, message myself or Whitney and we'll get you in there.
Yeah. because that's kind of where the movers and shakers are working together. And Stacy's really good about being so consistent about plugging things in there that we can use consistently to keep the movement happening. So thank you, Stacy. We're so grateful for that. So yeah, great ideas, great suggestions. It's really a matter of just getting out and starting conversations. And don't feel overwhelmed. Like if you're like, I don't even know where to start. And can I just have to ask, because I believe the way I understood it is anyone that signed up in November or December, they're the ones that are getting the three free or the three $10 codes. Is that correct?
I think it's December and January, but we can double check.
Yeah, because I that's the way I've been reaching. I've got that on my list. November and December is how I read it. So let's double check on that. But
I'll ask Tina right now.
yeah, thank you. And then, so we've got so much opportunity to get to start conversations right now with so many people. And if you're just getting started, then you've got three $10 codes to hand out to people, right? Plus, they get free shipping for the next 3 months on their order. So if you add up all that savings, that's $40 in savings right there, isn't it? If I'm doing the math, yeah, because three basically. So lots of good stuff. Now I want to just circle back. I with this power of three concept, I've been just kind of pondering this ever since Super Saturday. Like, how can we as a team make developing silvers just like super part of our culture? Just like we have a really it's just so duplicatable. Everyone's doing it. And so I've been talking to Stacey a little bit about that and brought it up to, some of the other jewels. But what I wondered if who would be interested in just like rallying together and just say, you know what, like I want to learn how to get really comfortable and confident with developing silvers consistently. Because if so, that's something I want. And I'm not going to say that I have the perfect solution because I've what works really well for me, I've shared many times. And it seems like some people use it and they do really well with it. And then some people, I don't know if they're actually, or if it's just not working for them. But like I would like to get some of us that are consistent silver developers and let's just put us all in one place and say, okay, this is how I develop silvers consistently and just kind of make it, simple. Because it is really all a lot of the same things. We might say things a little bit different here and there or do things in a little bit of a different order. But yeah, I think it's just if we could just like bring everyone together and say, yeah, let's make this our focus. Because I know um, for me, I went through a phase. I mean, I think I was a sapphire at the time when I just went through a really dry spell with developing leaders after a while. And I started to kind of lose my confidence in it. And I was like, I'm just going to stop, like, make my whole focus right now, just learn how to develop silvers and make a system out of it that I love and start using it consistently. And so at that time, Brooke Hemingway had made this video about developing silvers. And I kid you not, you guys, I listened to that video every single day for probably at least like 20 days in a row until I had it like pretty much memorized all the parts. Um, and I started, like, I took that and made it my own. And I was just pounding out silvers for a while consistently after doing that. And so I know you can do the same thing. You might need to just make a decision. I'm going to become a silver developer. I'm going to look at the options, make this my own in a way that feels really exciting and comfortable and confident to me. And then I'm just going to start practice it and master it until it's mastered. Because every single person on here can do that if they decide to. But here's the thing, you have to decide to, and then you have to stick to that decision. And you have to follow through until you master it. Because it takes time and it takes consistent effort, but there's nothing more valuable because if just look at that graph. Like that's where jewels come from. Jewels don't come from people that are recruiting 20 people a month, you know what I mean? And not developing leaders. Because as Stacey mentioned, not only does that take a lot longer, but there's a lot more attrition. People quit a lot more if they're not earning any money. So it is not only does it take longer, but it's a lot more frustrating because you're losing more people along the way. So, okay, one last thought. Nicole and I were actually chatting, and this brought up this kind of got me pondering a little bit as well. And we had discussed, just a little bit with some of her team members talking about how to more effectively get people sharing because someone had brought up the frustration that I've got all these people that are having great results on the products, but then I'll invite them to start sharing and they all say no. And so we talked about how it's actually much more successful to get them sharing right away when they first sign up versus waiting until they have results and then asking them to share. And I was thinking about why is that? Okay, Stacey, thank you for correcting me. So it is new VIPs who joined in December and January, not November. Thank you for getting that clarification. I was wrong and I had November people on my list, so I better make sure that I fix that. Anyways, so I was thinking about why do I see that consistently? Why do we think that is? And do you know what I realized? I want you to put yourself in the shoes of someone who is just ordering Plexus for the first time. And your sponsor is right away as you're finishing up that order and so excited for it to come, your sponsor is letting you know, oh, by the way, we have this awesome accountability friendship bonus deal for new VIPs because Plexus knows that you have better results if you have some accountability and some friends to do this with you. So they offer you $300 if you'll grab a few friends to try this with you right away. And we have some really simple activities that are not salesy or pushy, and they don't really take much time, don't take any time at all. So is that something you'd be open to if I would help you do that? Could you benefit from an extra $300? We can get that done within a week if that's something you're open to, and it's really simple. Okay, think about that. Your sponsor presents that to you versus you sign up, you start taking your products. You might be a month or two in before you really start having results. And then all of a sudden, then they're presenting to you okay, you're having results. You have friends and family that would love to do that or, love to experience stuff like that. Are you ready to start sharing? At that point, it feels like they're starting a business where in the very beginning, it feels like they're just with your help finding some friends to try this with them with a money back promise. So there's no risk in giving it a try and $300 right there versus at that point when they've already learned some stuff and they've got all this stuff in their head. At that point, it feels like you're asking them to start a business, even without saying so. Do you get what I'm saying? It doesn't feel as simple at that point. Am I the only one that thinks that? If you think about it? So I don't know. That's my belief is I just think we're asking, it almost feels like and at that point at the very beginning where it's kind of it feels like they're more open for sure. And just more coachable, more like until they've had more experiences that kind of like they've got a lot of stuff in their head at that point. So I don't know if that makes sense. That was just a thought that I had when I was thinking about this. So anyways, we're out of time. Sorry if I went on a tangent there. But if you want to be like, okay, I'm ready to dedicate like myself to learning to develop silvers and getting really confident with that, I want to know that because I want to like, let's work together on this, okay? So put it in the chat or send me a message or whatever, okay? And we've got some other people on this team that are consistently like, we're developing silvers. So let's rally those people and say, okay, we've been there. We know how to do it. Here's how I'm doing it. Take some ideas from here, who, and whoever. You know what I mean? Okay, cool. So we're out of time. Super Saturday was amazing. I hope you all got a lot from it. I hope you get to listen to the replay, even if you already watched it once over or whatever. You always hear more the second time around and then even more the third time around. So thanks for all that you shared. Teresa, your story was so powerful. We so appreciated that. Stacey, that was such a great presentation of Creatine Plus. I learned a lot from that. That was so awesome. And Stacey, thank you. Power of Three. Like, who doesn't want that, you guys? That's life-changing right there. Just what she showed on that one little simple graphic. You can do that. It's just make that decision and go all in with it and don't stop till you get it, you know? So, all right, have a great night, everyone. Thanks for being here.